Hello, Jess here. Happy New Year! This is like not super late into the month, so that's cool. This video is on my favorite books that I read in 2019. A lot of them are not from 2019, but I read them in 2019. And this was a very difficult list to make. I tried to narrow it down to 5. It was very difficult to make that decision, so let's just get right into it. Fifth place would be Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I hope I could botch a lot of these names, but Wuthering Heights. This was really complicated for me because I was reading it over the course of quite a while, but when I started it, I really kind of hated it for a while. Which is weird to be saying about one of my top 5 books of the year. But I think it's how I went into it, what I went in expecting. Then once I kind of thought about it, and in retrospect and for like the last half, I really enjoyed. Yeah, so my opinion completely changed. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I don't want to have any spoilers in this video, obviously. This is an old book, so it'd probably be safe, but I just read it this year, so I don't know. I would classify it more tragedy than romance. I think it serves as a cautionary tale in some ways, but yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. 4th is Mintha Spicata El Corazon by Jessie Cale, and not a lot of people know about this book apparently because I just got on Goodreads that only 75 people had read it or reviewed it, I guess. So go read it, it's fantastic. It's a book of poetry. It's my favorite poetry I've ever read by far. I've read it 2 or 3 times this year. I've got bookmarks and highlights and yeah, fantastic. Number 3, and okay, it is East of Eden by John Steinbeck. I really hope I'm not mispronouncing all of these. East of Eden it says on the sleeve that it reenacts the fall of Adam and Eve and the rivalry of Cain and Abel. I would say that that's only kind of accurate, which is weird to say about the inside of a sleeve of a book, but very little, I would say, really felt that way. It slightly changed the way I looked at those stories, so read it to find out. I read it over the course of, I don't know, it was a few months, very long. I mean, not like the longest book in the world, but it's about 600 pages. Yeah, I know that a lot of people hate it for a lot of different reasons, love it for a lot of different reasons. A lot of people don't like the amount of religious material in it, so if you're not about that, this does have a fair amount, but I particularly don't mind. I thought that it was good in the book, so it's really a matter of preference, I guess. It is really dark, but I kind of enjoy reading darker material. I thought it was really interesting. It takes over a long period of time, and I really liked that. I liked most of the characters. Yeah, I really loved it, so that's why it made it to the list. Second is, and I know I can't pronounce this guy's name, it's really becoming a problem for me, I should look these things up. The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky? I don't know. Another one that has very mixed opinions. A lot of people think it's like amazing, you know, it's very, Tumblr really likes it, but I was reading reviews and a lot of the criticism I saw was that it crams too many hard topics in one book and doesn't look into them deeply enough, but I thought that it did a great job. I don't feel like things aren't always talked about in a super, you don't delve, it's written like a diary, you don't always delve into stuff that deeply. Sometimes I thought the way that it handled it felt very real based on my experience, so I thought it was really good. I really loved it. I love the movie too, but this, I don't want to say which one I liked more because I watched the movie first, which makes it complicated, but this does go deeper into stuff, so that was definitely good. It's very much a coming-of-age story, but it also deals with a lot of darker topics, which you may want to be careful about if you're sensitive to. I need a sip of tea for this. Without any further ado, favorite book of the year. Without a doubt, They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. I loved this book. It's not just my favorite book of the year. I think it's probably my favorite book I've ever read, which is a hard decision, yeah, but I really loved it. I mean, I'm not spoiling anything, which is kind of difficult to talk about it without spoiling it. I might need to do a spoiler review of it. If anyone is interested in that, just let me know, I guess. On September 5th, a little after midnight, Deathcast calls Matteo Torres and Rufus Ametrio to deliver some bad news. They're going to die in less than 24 hours. Matteo and Rufus are total strangers, but for different reasons. They're both looking to make a new friend on their end day. The good news is there's an app for that. It's called Last Friend, and through it, Rufus and Matteo meet up for one final epic adventure to live a lifetime in a single day. That is what it says in the back, so that gives you a pretty good idea of it. I bonded with the character so much. I don't know a character that I've related to more than I related to Matteo. Crazy related to him. I loved all of the characters, but that one's really sticking with me. I was smiling a lot during it. I cried a ton. I felt like it actually made some kind of impact on me that will be a little bit more lasting than some other books. Adam's writing is fantastic. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. It was fantastic. I love it so much. Yeah, They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. Yeah, all of these books I would recommend, definitely. I loved all of them. Obviously, you know, if you don't like Stephen King, you probably don't want to read The Gunslinger. If you only like comedy, don't read East of Eden. You know, there's obvious distinctions, but other than that, applause to all of the authors. I guess that's all for this video. If you'd like a more in-depth spoiler review on any of these books, you can comment down below and I will try to upload again soon. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you feel like it, if you liked this video. I think I have 1 subscriber right now, which, thank you. I know who you are. Yeah, yeah. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.